Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be filming a bit of a get ready with me and a story time, so something a little bit different from what I'm used to doing, and I never planned to do like a story time or something like that, but something happened this week which you may have seen if you follow me on Instagram, and I just really wanted to talk about it and just shed some light on the situation and my thoughts and stuff like that. So if you're interested in seeing that, then please keep on watching. I'm a heart of dust. It's been too long, it's all turned to dust. Hey, so I've already done like foundation and brows because I filmed that for a different video. But I'm just going to conceal. I'm not going to do much. I'm just like doing errands and going to the movies today, so I'm not doing much. I am using a NARS one, which is no longer cruelty free, but I've had it for ages and I'm just trying to use them up at this point. And it's the only concealer I have that's actually not super light, so I don't really want to brighten under my eyes today. Yeah, so anyway, earlier this week, I think it was Tuesday or maybe Monday. No, it was Monday. The Huda Beauty palette, the Desert Dust palette came out. So I did pick that up. We'll get to that later. But and so in Australia, Sephora was stocking it. And so they posted on their Instagram that, oh, it's in stock, blah blah blah. And I was never picking it up from Sephora because it was just like ridiculously expensive from there. But I saw that they posted it and a bunch of people were commenting being like, it's sold out. And like that was like the minute they posted the Instagram photos, so it wasn't like an hour later or anything like that, because I know how shit can go, but like they posted it and it had already sold out, so it was a bit dumb. But anyway, and like there was like a lot of comments saying like it's sold out, blah blah blah, people complaining, and like their only response was like, oh, we've got stock in store. It's like, that's really helpful if you don't live near a Sephora. It's not like in America where there's Sephora, as many Sephoras as there are 7-Elevens, like there's not many in Australia. Or anyway, I'm setting my eyes with the Hourglass Ethereal Light. It's like a really, it's kind of like dim light, but it's like more translucent. Anyway, so yeah, there's not that many here. So a lot of people buy online and stuff like that. And so I commented on the post being like, hey guys, like if you want to pick up the palette, Cult Beauty are selling it. And I was a little bit cheeky. I was just like, and it's $20 cheaper, LOL. Which is true, like, I didn't lie, like I didn't slander Sephora. I didn't say anything awful about Sephora. I was just trying to help a brother out. And so after that, I noticed that, I don't know, because I was just looking through my feed and I was off sick, so I was like looking through Instagram quite a lot, and I noticed the post had been deleted, and I thought, oh, maybe they just deleted it because they were getting a lot of hate, and because it had sold out, and maybe the people that work on the social media didn't realise that it had already sold out. I was just like, oh yeah, whatever. And then a few hours went by, but no, so what I did was I searched Sephora on Instagram and they weren't coming up, so I was just doing like a search, you know, you can search people, they weren't coming up. And like my stupid self was like, did they delete Instagram? That's really weird. And I didn't think anything of it until a couple of hours later when I was like, hey, that's really fucking weird. And I think I saw someone like post on their Instagram story and tag Sephora, and I clicked on it and it wasn't like it wasn't like hyperlinked, so it wasn't on blind, so I couldn't click on it. And I was like, that's so weird. So I got off the Instagram app. What am I doing? So I'm I'm just going to use the butter bronzer to just like lightly bronze and contour my face. So I got out of the app and just went on like Google Chrome on my phone and just searched like Sephora Instagram, because you can still do that. You can still like look at like public pages if you're not logged onto Instagram. And it came up and I was like, what the actual fuck? And there's an option to, if you do it from like Internet Explorer or something, to what am I trying to say, to like make it so you can open it up in the app. So if you click on something, it's like open an app. So like I opened an app and it came up and it was like, you know how it looks when someone's blocked you. It's like no posts can be found, but it's like 2,000 something 100 posts. And I was like, actually? Because I feel like that's the most innocent thing I've ever done. Like, I've said some red hot shit on Instagram before and never been blocked by companies, and I was just like in a state of actual shock that they were that petty, that, like, correct me if I'm wrong, the biggest makeup retailer in the fucking world couldn't handle the fact that somewhere else was stocking the same thing and it was cheaper. Like, to be fair, it was not cheaper like in the sense that like Cult Beauty are trying to like compete with them. It's just cheaper because they have like UK taxes they need to charge to UK residents, and if you don't live in the UK then you don't need to pay that. So basically they include the tax pricing in the cost of their products, but if you don't live in the UK then that comes off once you put it in your cart and like register that it's being shipped to like Australia or whatever. So I think it came to 75. So wait, 75 or 80, like between $75 and $80. So it was about $15 to $20 cheaper, which is pretty substantial for something that Sephora was selling for $95. But anyway, I was just like, there's not really much to this story. I just thought it was hilarious. And in the past, I haven't had the best experience with Sephora either. With their customer service, like in store and online. Like when it's different to America, and I don't know if someone knows, can you tell me, is Sephora Australia and Sephora, like I guess the rest of the world, or specifically the US, are they owned separately? Because the way that they do things are completely different. Like in Australia, you can't get samples, they don't offer samples, and you don't get free returns. Or you can return something if it's like literally never been touched. But if they see that you've opened it or something, they won't even exchange it. Whereas in America, if you try something and I think within like the first 30 days or something, if the product doesn't work out for you, then you can return it and get a refund, which is awesome. Like, I wish they did that here, and I'm pretty sure Mecca do that here. So I mean, even before this happened, I did avoid buying from Sephora at all costs. I think really the only thing that Sephora has that you can't really get anywhere else in stores in Australia is Fenty. So that's probably the only thing I'll continue to buy from Sephora. But I just have not had the best experience, and that really, like, I don't know, that really shook me to the core that they were that petty. But I'm just going to just do like a brown or something because I don't want it too much. So I might just use this one here. It's like a very warm, like yellowy brown. I am obsessed with this palette. Just like for a second, I just want to talk about how amazing this palette is. And I have other Morphe shadows, Morphe products, and this is not like nothing like Morphe. So if you are hesitant in buying this because of all the slack that Morphe gets, then don't. Like, honestly, pick it up before they stop selling it, because it is probably, I hate to say it, because I love my Ride or Die palette by Violet Voss, but it's probably the best palette I have. I have used it every single day since I bought it. It is incredible. Anyway, back to the story. So yeah, I think when Sephora in Australia, Sephora in Australia last year changed over their like their rewards scheme thing. So I don't even remember what it was. It's been a while, but I was on Sephora Black, and when they changed over this new scheme, it's like, I don't know what happened, but it's like all like you kind of start from scratch, and I was like so pissed off. I know like I'm not the only person that's affected. It affected all of their customers, but I was personally pissed off. It's like I spent all that money and I was entitled to these rewards, but now because you're choosing to change your reward scheme, all of your customers are going to be affected by that. Like, why not just keep your customers where they're at and then all new customers start fresh? Wouldn't that make sense? I don't know. But yeah, it really pissed me off. And when I contacted their online team just to like find out, because I was really confused about it all. And they were just like really rude and unhelpful and kind of just like, too bad. And I was just like, wow, okay, whatever. So ever since then, it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth for Sephora in Australia, and the whole thing that they don't do returns or anything like that, or samples. Yeah, it turns me off it. So I much prefer Mecca, 100%. So yeah, that's pretty much my story. I mean, yeah, they blocked me, which I don't really, like, I do kind of care about, but like, it's not like Sephora are posting, Sephora are going to be posting stuff that I can't find elsewhere. Like, I follow Trendmood, I follow all the brands that I care about, so if there's any releases, I'm gonna find out. So I'm not too bummed, if I'm being honest. And honestly, I don't even care to be like, I don't care to support a company that treats their customers like that. Like, because I'm not an important person. I was a paying customer. Like, I was on Sephora Black, so I spent like a substantial amount of money with Sephora within the last year. And yeah, it was just really shitty. And I'd like to speak with whoever runs their social media to not be so fucking petty. So yeah, anyway, what's been going on with you guys? Have you been enjoying my videos? Please tell me like what you want to see, because I feel like I'm not getting enough feedback. Like, I just want heaps of feedback, like negative or positive, because I just want to know what people want to see. Because I'm kind of just like winging it at the moment, hoping that the content I'm putting out is entertaining enough. Which I feel like, I don't know, is it? And now I'm just going to put on a little bit of blush, and then I'm going to spray my face. So I'm just using the Mecca Max blush that is my absolute favourite, which I always use. I love Mecca so much. Every time I go in there, people are so friendly and so helpful. And I've heard that it's a really, really good company to work for. So like, I like to support good companies that have good ethics. And I feel like Mecca Max, their line, all the stuff that I've tried, is really awesome. So I think they're doing well, and I can't wait to see them do more. Maybe if they bring out more, I will do like a video dedicated to their products. But right now, I don't own enough. And I did swatch their foundation when I was in store when it came out. And honestly, it didn't do too much for me. So I'm just going to put this on now. While that sinks in, yeah, so just didn't do too much for me. I think it was very yellow, and even like the light shade was like super like warm tone, so it'd be good to see them bring out maybe more of like a dewy kind of foundation. Those are the ones that I gravitate towards, you would know by now. Or even like a I don't know, like, because they do have like the luminous primer, which I saw, but it wasn't just like a hydrating primer, it wasn't clear, it like had a tint to it, so it will make your skin sparkly, which I don't mind. Like, I don't mind like a dewy fit. I like to mix in liquid illuminators all the time, but like, that's not the look I'm always wanting to go for. But I guess I could try it, I don't know. Now that I have no more story to tell, I'm just like talking shit. Like, what do you guys think of Sephora? Like, do you like Sephora? What's your experience? Personally, whenever I've been to the States, I've had a really good Sephora experience. So I feel like I've only ever had a bad experience when I've been in Australia. So I don't know if that's just Australian Sephora, and I have a friend that worked at Sephora, and she said that it was really shitty. They didn't treat the staff very well. Another friend that had an experience with Sephora, and she was matched incorrectly for a foundation. So it was totally not her fault. Like, if you're not a makeup artist and you go to Sephora to get matched, you should expect that a professional is doing it for you and they're going to do it correctly. But anyway, so they incorrectly matched her, and then they refused to return it. Like, actually, like, you guys, I don't know. I feel like most of the people, like, a lot of the people that work at Sephora in Australia, like, kind of have like a bit of an attitude. It's like, bitch, you work in retail. Like, you aren't better than me. And especially if you walk in with no makeup, they'll totally judge. I'm just using the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt. I've been using it non-stop. It's a Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. I'm obsessed. And I don't even wet my brush with this. Like, look. I'm not putting on fake lashes or anything like that. I'm literally just doing groceries and going to the movies. Usually on a Sunday I don't even wear makeup, but yesterday I was too busy to film or anything like that. So that's why I'm doing it before I go out today. My mascara is done, and I'm just going to put on a bit of lipstick. So I'm just using the Hourglass Nude number 6 and Femme Nude. I think I talked about this in my favourites. It's just such a nice everyday if you're not really doing anything but don't want to look anemic. Yeah. So my camera's about to die. So thank you so much for watching this video. It was a little bit different, but I enjoyed telling you guys about what happened with Sephora. So if you want to see more videos like that, or more get ready with me videos, then just let me know and I'll do that. So thank you again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.